That's Leavenworth.
This is so fucked up.
Fuck, that was gnarly.
It's actually hard to watch this and not get angry. This is just like super racist and dangerous, to be honest. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Riz Ahmed and I'm here to talk with Muslim about my new film Mogul Mowgli and representation on screen. And the game right now is messed up. The game right now is rigged. Muslims are either not on screen, or where they are, they're the bad guys. They're perpetrators or victims of violence. We're either invisible or we're villainized, because the stories we tell about a community affect the laws that get passed, the people that get attacked, the countries that get invaded. I've had several experiences at airports, the Homeland Security. After my first film, we came back from the Berlin Film Festival. I was pulled into a side room, put into an arm lock, and intelligence officers asked me, did you become an actor to further the Muslim struggle? Wow, that's crazy. Once I was on the cover of an in-flight magazine for a plane I was gonna catch, and I was almost prevented from boarding that plane. So it's kind of funny in a way, but it reminds you that, you know, individual experiences of success don't change the way an entire community is viewed. We need more of that community to be uplifted as well. Right, so now we're gonna check out some film clips, see how some Muslims are being represented on film.
Mumtaz is the band manager. Some say she did time in sight for arson. Others that she divorced some sheikh. No one really knows. Day job? A purveyor of cheap ladies' undergarments sold at a significant markup.
Excuse me. What do you have in 36D?
Depends on what sort of bra you're looking for. We got recreational, titillational, factual, respectful, shag me kindly, shag me hard.
It's actually very British. There's a very British humour to this as well.
Shag me kindly?
Right, so this is a clip from Lady Parts, written and directed by the amazing Nida Manzoor. Shout out Nida. This is just so refreshing, man. We never see this kind of combination of women who are kind of outwardly Muslim, but also working in lingerie shops and buying lingerie and are in control of their sexuality and expressing themselves in that sphere. And also just seeing these Muslim women, just they're such badass characters. So if you haven't seen the show, I would say definitely check it out. This is so fucked up. It's actually hard to watch this and not get angry. It's crazy to think that, like, how many people had to say this was okay for this to be made. You know what, I don't think we even have the time to fully explain how fucked up that clip is on so many levels. It's just super racist. You know, the only kids feature the terrorists, the mothers feature the terrorists. There's a scene later on in that film where this guy takes them in and he's trying to make them tea and take care of them. Oh, guess what? Underneath the floorboards, there's bombs, got weapons, he's a terrorist. I'm gonna look back on that and look at it with the same cringe as we look at, you know, films that had blackface in them, or films with, like, you know, cowboys and Indians and the only good Indian is a dead Indian. Really, that's what it's saying. It's like the only good Muslim is a dead one. This stuff's so dangerous because it enables the invasion of countries. It enables hate crimes. It enables discriminatory and racist laws being passed. Yeah, it's time to flip the script. This shit's like whack, outdated, racist, and it costs lives. So we need to change that up. We need to show a diverse Muslim community, racially, geographically. We need more women, different sexualities, abilities. The goal with the Pillars Artist Fellowship and the Muslim Visibility Challenge and this whole kind of initiative that I've been launching with the Pillars Fund and my company Left Handed Films is to change the game. Right now, it's like under 2% of all speaking roles in top 200 films of the last few years were Muslim characters, under 2%. And you gotta remember, Muslims are a quarter of the world's population. So we gotta bridge that gap.
Rabina Budget, all I'm saying is nobody's calling him Daniel, are they? They're calling him Daniel.
I just want to know something. What are you going to call your son?
As fuck.
Are you joking? Bro, you're taking a piss, you're going to call him ass fuck. Bro, that's child abuse. He's got enough problems, you know what I mean? Think about it.
Get a nickname.
Well, listen, everyone ends up with nicknames in this country. You get Bob, Tim, Dave. Why can't you have Zed and Arse as well?
Are you alright?
Do you know what I mean? We can do nicknames as
You're
well.
just bare haram, innit?
What?
So you keep to your haram ways because you sound castrated.
What?
Your name's not Zed, it's Zahir, bro. And the moment you realise that, things will be better for you, innit?
Okay, listen.
You know what?
I know my name is Zahir, but I've got the confidence to just put my little twist on it without
I'm
crying
confident
about
as
it.
well. I'm not crying about it. All I'm saying is that's not your twist, innit? That's what they gave you. They called you Zed.
But now I call me Zed and I call you dickhead. Then why don't you respect the name that I gave you as
because
your
you know
elder?
what? You're not seeing
One of the things we're proud of in this film is all the new kind of brown talent. That's Hossein Manowar, who's an amazing spoken word artist, talks a lot about mental health. Sanjana Vasan, who's actually also an actress from Lady Parts, which was the first clip we saw.
Oh, I love this one.
ये देखो यार ये
I know.
मैंने अपनी क्रिकेट बैट से उनकी जो पिटाई की है
Wasn't it hockey stick last time?
लेकिन हमारे साथ जो बंगाली थे वो भागे
Abu, you're always picking on Bengalis.
Yeah, and this is Bassam Tariq's first feature film that he's directed. He's now directing Blade with Mahershala. So that's pretty cool.
Cricket bat ho gaya.
बस भाई बस
Zuzu.
कमाल है यार अभी रोजा खोला है कुछ तो सोचो
Obviously, I'm biased because, you know, this is my new film, Mogul Mowgli, which I co-wrote with the incredible writer-director Bassam Tariq. And so it's a story about this rapper, Zed, who's suddenly, you know, on the verge of blowing up, is struck down by a mysterious illness, and he's forced to face the things he's been running away from, his demons, his ancestral trauma. Listen, it's an interesting scene, and it's kind of based on some of the discussions and chats that, you know, I would have with my own cousins. Zahir has changed his name to Zed, and the question is that a choice he made, or is that something he was forced to do because in order to fit in, because people couldn't pronounce his name? And I sometimes ask myself that question. I have kind of censored my full name, and on some level I wonder whether it's just got too much weight and too much history. You know, there's a Sweat Shop Boys lyric that in one of our tracks from back in the day where it said, did I edit myself or did I get them to stretch? And in one level, you know, in a world of people called Chris, Tom, Dave, Bob, Jim, it's good to also have a Riz or a Z in there, you know, to stretch people's idea of what, you know, a British name or American name is. One thing I'll say is after this film, I introduce myself now as Rizwan. You know, it's interesting. I think with any minority community, in terms of representation, you almost have 3 stages. So stage 1 is a stereotype, right? You got the Muslim terrorist or the cab driver and the, you know, bodega store owner or whatever, and that's it. And they come in, they say one line, and that's the stereotype. And then stage 2 is, you know what? This is a Muslim character. This is a Muslim story, maybe even a post 9/11 story. But we're going to flip the script on it. They're movies about being Muslim, about the post 9/11 world, but they're actually challenging these dominant toxic narratives. That's stage 2. And then when you get to stage 3, it's like you're just a guy. Could be, you know, for example, I was lucky to play roles like Bodhi Rook in Star Wars, or Aaron Kalor in Bourne, or Ruben Stone in Sound of Metal. But I realized recently there's a 4th stage, which is me not just playing Ruben Stone, and it's not about being Muslim, or me playing Bodhi Rook from Star Wars, and I'm just a guy. But it's actually playing a character called Riz Ahmed, and he's just a guy. It's not about being Muslim. It's not about terrorism. It's not about any of those agendas that actually we haven't set and we've been forced to respond to.
All right, Riz, to wrap up, tell us in 3 words what being Muslim means to you.
To me, being a Muslim means being grateful every day.